Good morning and welcome to Live in a Greenhouse on YouTube. If you're new here, this channel is about my journey to design, build, and then live in the first greenhouse enclosed tiny home in the United States. Building a home is a sequence of events where most of the interior is dependent on the house being dried in, meaning the roof, doors, and windows are in place. Material, inspection, or labor delays to anything that's necessary to close up the house can cause a ripple effect to lose your place in any trade's schedule, and the entire schedule slides. I'm often asked why I built the greenhouse before the house. People seem concerned that the greenhouse would get damaged during the house construction, and I think if that were going to happen, it was most likely to happen when we were standing up the house's walls. That was a real nail biter that I'll link to that video up here somewhere. There are many reasons we built the greenhouse first, and the last episode demonstrated two of them. It provides dry and protected storage for materials arriving ahead of their installation, and it dried in the house so we could proceed with the rough electrical ahead of the exterior doors arriving because they're delayed at least a month past their due date at this point. So stay tuned for another schedule saving benefit of building the greenhouse ahead of the house as the roofing membrane goes down in the pouring rain. A few finishing touches before spray and insulation. The exterior walls are 2x4 rather than 2x6 framing, so nail plates are needed to protect from nails from the exterior and interior. During framing, we realized a pocket door was missing on the plans. Lead times are so long for pocket door frames that we decided to do a barn door instead. Good thing we confirmed the framing before insulation because we lowered the door height an inch and a half. There will be both cedar siding and metal siding. Today the cedar was delivered. Dave will start applying the stain in a couple days, and hopefully siding goes onto the house the end of this week or early next week. It still rains frequently, so it's great that they can store it inside. Matt set up shelves to hold all the construction materials like nails, caulk, paint, etc. Barely enough room to maneuver around the hole, waiting for the electrical service connection. Matt did a walk around to confirm where spray insulation went versus bats went. Matt had warned me there would be a pretty bad smell from the spray-in insulation, so we opened the ridge vents in both doors and had a large fan blowing. Fortunately, it wasn't too hot today, but I'm sure the workers were hot in their jumpsuits anyway. I think the prep work took longer than the spray. Peeking through the plastic. Peeking under the plastic. These guys were fast. We'd expected it to take 2 days, 1 day for spray and 1 day for the bats, but they did both in 1 day. One guy sprayed while the other put bats in the crawl space. I was pleasantly surprised there wasn't any chemical smell just a couple hours after they were done. It's impressive how much quieter it is inside now. Looking forward to the doors getting installed, maybe the end of this week or next week. The LED lights for the roof arrived today. They'll do several colors, but I didn't really care about that. I wanted plain white. However, they came set to blue, and not wanting to take the time to read the directions for how to change the color, this is what I went with. Turns out I actually like the blue. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Enough to see to walk around in, but I can turn on the rope lights for additional light. A bit of a surprise this morning. I wasn't expecting any workers early today, so I had just settled in front of my work computer and a large truck and trailer are backing into the driveway. It's roofers! So Matt rushed over and finished framing the boxes around the 2 new skylights over the kitchen while the roofers loaded in tools and materials. Then they moved fast. First, a rubberized underlayment. Bet they've never had to dodge trusses and cable braces on another job. Next came rigid insulation. Shooting video while I'm at work. Finally, the rubber membrane top layer. There aren't many open areas on my property they can lay out this large a material. This is the septic drain field. Measure, cut, and then re-roll to carry up to the roof. And then do it again. A lot of progress for one day. Looks like they'll be done tomorrow but it's really hard to tell. Today was laying in long pieces of material that covered a lot of ground. Tomorrow is the rest of the edging, sealing seams, and laying lots and lots of small pieces to cover all the fasteners. It's raining today. Not that misty stuff. Heavy rain that's loud on the greenhouse roof. Because the roofers need to seal the seams with heat, without the greenhouse, they would not have been able to work today. With the greenhouse, the roofers finished the day. I wondered what the paint can was doing on the roof. It's collecting water from a leak in the roof. Add that spot to the list the greenhouse installers will fix when they come back in a month or so. Material is neatly wrapped around the skylight frames. All the seams are sealed, and rubber pieces cover all the fasteners. Then it was time to clean up, pack up, and load up. And there you have it, a super productive week both inside and outside. Come back next time when we start on drywall and finally install the exterior doors.